Dead Island 2. Let's talk about Dead Island 2. This game, I remember having a fond memory back in the day. Dead Island 1, you know what I mean? The sort of goofy melee mechanics, fighting off zombies. And it didn't take itself seriously. You know what I mean? So you were on like an island resort in the first game. So you had like a fucking canoe or whatever, and you was taking off zombies head fuck. You know what I mean? It's very silly, it's very ridiculous, but it's funny because they actually put like more of a focus on the lore in this world than they had to. You know what I mean? It's kind of silly that the missions and the characters, you know what I mean, like just give me an excuse to kill the fucking zombies. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It had like a kind of an infamous development cycle where it was announced like fucking 10 years ago or whatever, and then the company shuttered and people assumed it would never come out, and then you hear someone else bought it and was like continuing the game. You know what I mean? It's like a crazy story. Surprised it ever saw the light of day. But there was that one trailer of the zombies like jogging down the fucking Venice beachfront or whatever. And that's the setting for the game. It's fucking in Hollywood this time, and it's kind of funny. You know what I mean? It's making fun of celebrities and their mansions and stuff. It's kind of an interesting setting. You don't really see that setting. I mean, maybe in video games itself, but definitely in a zombie movie, right? So my favorite part of this game, you're wandering around like the set of a movie, and you can set off the special effects. Like you could have the music playing like an action movie or whatever, and you could make it fucking rain. You could put like the thunder and lightning sound effects and shit like that, and you're just fucking killing wave after wave of zombies. It's pretty funny, that section. And you know, the water was like pooling on the ground, and you could set off some electric sparks and fucking, you know, set off a chain reaction in the water, and the zombies get fucking shocked. You know what I mean? The one thing is I never really got to play multiplayer on it. I'm sure that's fun. In fact, it's kind of designed like a multiplayer game, even when you're playing just by yourself. Like, when I would die, it would like load me back in. It would be like 3, 2, 1 kind of, and like load me back in. And it's like I still spent all those bullets and all those healing items, and the enemy still has half of his health bar. You know what I mean? It just sort of loaded me back in. It didn't like checkpoint me. So I feel like it was kind of designed with the multiplayer in mind. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of too shy or whatever. Just jump on with strangers and just matchmake in the game. You know what I mean? You know, I didn't have anyone I knew playing the game at the time, so it was fun. It was still a fun experience. To a lesser degree, like firearms aren't much of a focus in this game. You're always like pretty low on ammo, but you can let them off too. You know what I'm saying? You can let them off if the crowd gets a little too big for just your baseball bat or whatever. You can switch to a fucking machine gun or some shit. You know what I mean? It's pretty fun. It's satisfying. It's very video gamey, but it did have a clever setting. You know what I'm saying? Before I decided to play it, like I heard on the podcast that there's this one section set at like a hotel, and there's like a bridal party that was in the hotel. You know what I mean? So, you know, they got banners and balloons and shit like that. And the final boss is like the bride. You have to fucking kill the bride zombie at the end. You know what I mean? It's like fucking Bridezilla. I don't know. It just seemed kind of clever. It's obviously pretty stupid, but it's just a fun game. You know what I mean? Mowing down zombies. Mowing down zombies in first person with melee weapons. Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. I do think at the end of the day, I think I liked Dying Light better, which took itself more seriously, but it was still the same first person perspective. I mean, that one wasn't as much of like melee being the gimmick. That one was like parkour was the fucking gimmick. But that one, it wasn't as over the top and silly and ridiculous. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm sure the story is fucking stupid or whatever, but they take it seriously. But I think it kind of says something that I haven't gotten to the sequel of Dying Light yet, and I just played Dead Island sequel. So it's fun. It's undeniably fun. It's like that Silent Hill and Resident Evil thing. I'm gonna be talking about that soon with Silent Hill 2 review. But like, I always loved Resident Evil, like the game design, and it was always so fun to me. And I loved the puzzles, how they made my brain tick and stuff like that. But it was always so silly. And then I discovered Silent Hill. I'm like, oh, it's all the best parts of Resident Evil, but it takes itself seriously. So maybe I should check out Dying Light, because it's basically the same thing but more serious. But yeah, I like Dying Light 1 back in the day. I liked Dead Island 1 back in the day. It's just goofy. Like, you could do drop kicks and send zombies fucking flying and shit. Like, it's just so ridiculous. You know what I mean? The drop kick in this game is probably the best kick in the game since the fucking Spartan kick in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. There's not, you're killing zombies in first person. You know, so there's not that much to talk about. That's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? It's just like you only have to get one bullet point on the back of the box to really get the point across. You know what I mean? You're just killing fucking zombies. Don't like to say about it, dog. Like this, I don't have my like armchair opinion about this. All right, so you check it out or don't.